On a hot summer day in 1940, Andy Pafko's life changed forever.
When I was in the first grade, the school bus picked me up to go to school every morning. And the first morning that I got aboard that bus, I was scared like nobody's business. It was just me and my brother and my sister, and we were in grade school, but we were crawling aboard a bus with all these high school kids, and it was kind of scary because we didn't know how we'd be treated. But one of them aboard that bus was a senior by the name of Andy Pafko. And I didn't know at the time that he was someone that was destined for greatness, naturally. But after he graduated, I lost track of him just like I lost track of everybody else. But about 3 years later, I was working a field just south of our house, north of Boyceville, and my mother was in the house doing her household chores and listening to the radio, and all of a sudden she come running out and stopped me and said she just heard on the radio and Andy Pafko was playing for the Chicago Cubs. I said, "Mom, I rode the school bus with him." She said, "I know it." So from that day forward, Andy was my idol, he was my hero, and he still is to this day.
The strapping 19-year-old was working on the family farm, putting up the hay near Boyceville, when he noticed a big black car pull into the driveway. Out stepped a man named Ivy Griffin, manager of the Eau Claire Bears minor league baseball team. Injuries had taken their toll that season on Griffin's Bears at Carson Park, and he needed an outfielder to help the team finish the season. He had remembered Pafko as a young man with some promise. In the spring, Pafko tried out for, but didn't make the Bears roster. Griffin told the disappointed Pafko to keep playing baseball when he went home. No one had to tell Andy that. He loved baseball, but could only dream that someday he might get a chance to play beyond Dunn County, or even professionally. He had graduated from Boyceville High School the year before. Although the school didn't have a baseball team, Andy still played. He played along with his brothers and neighbor boys on any patch of land they could find, according to Dave Larrabee. Andy also played for the nearby Connorsville team in the Dunn County Baseball League, which had teams from Boyceville, Wheeler, Ridgeland, and Menominee. When Pafko saw Ivy Griffin and came in from the field that summer day, Griffin didn't have to ask Pafko twice if he wanted to play for the Bears. According to Andy, "I couldn't get off that haystack fast enough, take a shower, and get in the car with him." He was in a Bears uniform for the final 2 weeks of the season, and although he hit only .209, he had his foot in the door of professional baseball and wouldn't take it out for almost 2 decades. After stints in Green Bay in 1941 and Macon, Georgia in 1942, Pafko made a name for himself in 1943 when he hit .356 in Los Angeles and was the MVP of the Pacific Coast League. The Chicago Cubs called him up for the remainder of the 1943 season, and he proved he was ready. In Andy's first career Major League at-bat with the Cubs, he singled and drove in 2 runs. He hit .379 in the next 13 games. In 1945, he helped lead the Cubs to the World Series by hitting .298 and driving in 110 runs. He also starred in center field with his speed and hustle. He was a hit in Chicago and in Boyceville. In the World Series, Andy was the Cubs' starting center fielder against the Detroit Tigers. It gave everybody in Boyceville a lot to cheer about, remembering when Boyceville fans would gather around the radio to hear the World Series broadcasts. After being traded to Brooklyn in June of the 1951 season, Pafko wound up in another World Series with the star-studded Dodgers in 1952. He also was at the wall in left field when Bobby Thompson's home run sailed over and helped the Giants win the pennant and break the Dodgers' hearts in 1951. Pafko's baseball good fortunes continued when in January of 1953 he was traded again, this time to Milwaukee. He was going home to Wisconsin, which was crazy about its new team, the Braves. How lucky could a guy get, Pafko said, about going back to Wisconsin. Pafko wound up in 2 more World Series with the Braves, helping them win it all in 1957 when he played in 83 games and batted .277. He retired after the 1959 season, but remained involved with the Braves as an assistant coach and minor league coach in the 1960s. He eventually became a major league scout. Pafko, nicknamed Handy Andy for his ability to play outfield or third base, was one of the steadiest players during baseball's golden era. With a career .285 batting average and a .984 fielding percentage, he was named to the Dodgers Hall of Fame and Cubs Walk of Fame. He played every game with all his might and determination. He was a joy to watch with all his hustle and enthusiasm. Dave Larrabee also remembers that Pafko was a 4-time All-Star, and one season he accomplished the rare feat of finishing with more home runs, 36, than strikeouts, 32. In his career, he struck out just 477 times in nearly 6,300 at-bats, only about once every 13 at-bats. On May 24, 1986, Larrabee, Pete Homeland, and other residents organized a very special Andy Pafko Day in Boyceville. A baseball park was dedicated in his name with a plaque and statue honoring his accomplishments as one of Boyceville's favorite sons. Hundreds turned out to see him ride in a convertible in a parade down the main drag of Boyceville. Larrabee recalls, "It was our way of saying thanks for all the thrills and memories of a great player." Tonight, Andy Pafko's career comes full circle with his induction into the Eau Claire Baseball Hall of Fame, the place where it all began for him 70 years ago, after that big black car pulled into the driveway of the Pafko family farm.